Hey coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip on the Coach Chip channel on YouTube. Today we're going to be looking at the counter. It is the companion video to the one on the A-gap power. We're going to block it just like the A-gap power. What I mean is it's not just going to be on the play side, just gap down backer. We're going to do the gap on down just like we did it. The tackle may not find the other tackle's down block to turn up on the backer. He may turn up in the A gap if we were running counter back to a 3-tech, because we're going to double at the point of attack just like we do on counter. Hey, before we get started, remember our friends at Right Equipment up in Birmingham. That's right-equipment.com. Let them outfit your next weight room. They got everything you need, trained the right way. And folks, subscribe. Go down below, click subscribe, and hit the like button. Hit the like button. Okay? Even if you're kind of indifferent about it, hit the like button. Doesn't cost anything. All right, let's get started. We're going to break out a trusty MyJustPlay. Some of the best money I've ever spent on football-related things. This is good stuff. Go to MyJustPlay. Okay, and tell them Coach Chip sent you. Look at here. All right, now this is the counter. This is what I call the GH counter. Some may call it the GF counter. Some of you may call it a counter. All right, let's start on the front side. His rule right here, the right tackle, his rule is gap on down. Okay. Now, as I told you in a power video, there's nobody in the gap, but there is somebody kind of on him. He's shading him. What we do, we tell that tackle, okay, if the guy's not heavy and not inside you, okay, on the gap on down, go ahead and block down. Ignore that 5 technique. If it's really heavy, now heavy 5, like on your eye, you can still get down. So we just tell him to ignore that. It's a little bit different for the guard. Okay, you got to stress that to them. All right, now the play side guard, gap on down. Somebody in his gap? Yes. Block down. Center, same rule as power. I'm going to tag a link, the power video, down below in the comments. You need to go down there and read it and leave some comments. And while you're there, hit the like button. All right. I'm going to say that enough today because I never do say it. Center, block back, no matter what, block back. Center, no matter what, block back. Center, no matter what, block back. There's 3 guys on your head. What are you going to do? Block your happy butt back. All right, let's skip the guard and the H and go back to the tackle. He's going to drive in man line of scrimmage. If he's head up, drive him. If he's outside shoulder, drive him. Okay? That is to keep the end out of the quarterback's face if he reads the RPO. Now, the RPO is really good. I haven't run RPOs much off counter. Went a whole 3 seasons and didn't do it. And I've been looking at it. And I think it's just a matter of repping up the quarterback and teaching us a different read. Some of y'all, do you know a way that you can like change the read on RPOs, like who you're reading? Hit me up below. Remember, it's siegel.chip@gmail.com, and join the conversation and the fun at Football Talk with Coach Chip on Facebook. By the way, I'm at Chip Siegel on Twitter. If you don't know how to spell my name, it's right here up at the top. All right, so the tackle is going to drive the end. Now back to your pullers. The guard, the backside guard, in this case the left guard. Remember, I do a skip pull, then get your shoulders downhill, cross the line. And in drills, I put a line there. Okay, and I'm going to link that down below too about teaching your guards and your linemen to pull. Cross that line so in case that guy's a squeezer, he can't beat you inside. Okay? And then kick the end man, kick the D in. The H, the F, the sniffer, you may want to jab step him to delay him so he'll be there a little bit behind the guard because the guard's got a smidge of a head start. It depends on the speed of your guard and the speed of your sniffer. Okay? But make sure you stress this when you're working inside run and when you're doing drills on these cats pulling. They have to be at different levels. Same thing when you do a GT. They have to be at different levels. If they got one of those D-line coaches that teaches them to come screaming down through here and bowling ball that thing, he's only going to get the lead, the guard, if you have them at different levels. Okay? By the way, that's illegal. Because if I can't cut you once the ball's left the pre-blocking zone, you can't cut me. But they let them do it. All right, and so the F, the H, the sniffer, is going to pull. It's going to find that last down block. In this case, it will be the guard. And he's going to scrape paint tight right there, climbing the backer, attacking inside number. Okay? If you go back and look at that power video, it's the same thing we teach the guard on power. Okay? Pull, find that down block or that back block sometimes, scrape paint off the booty of that down block, attack inside number of the backer. Okay, you can see in the backfield, I'm not going to go through all that because there's so many ways to skin that cat. You know, you can same side it, you can backside it, you can sidecar it, you can pistol it, and you're running the counter right here. But in this particular one, I am looking at this mic. And what I've come to the conclusion, and the reason the RPO is good off the counter, if you're running against the front, in this case being a straight 4-2 front, a 3 and a 1, but the way you're attacking it makes it like an underfront because play side is the side with the nose. That mic has one heck of a run through right there when that center blocks back. When he sees that center block back and they know we're a power counter team, they may fire him right here. And this is why the RPO is so sweet, because that's who you're reading. So if that quarterback seats that ball in the belly of that running back and is reading that mic, and that mic triggers to make that run through downhill, disconnect right there. There's nothing there. Only thing between him and a touchdown is space, opportunity, and the free safety. Okay? Now this, as you can see, is 2x2. This is GT counter. Now again, you have an RPO and you have that RRO, that run option. And you're going to pull the tackle, of course, because there's no H or there's no sniffer. Same thing on the front. Everybody boom, boom, boom. Now notice right here, we've got a double team. Right here, he's coming off to the wheel after he looks in the A gap and sees the tackle wrap. Guard's doing exactly what he just did. This play is exactly like the other play, but there's no sniffer. And so everybody's going to block the same except the backside tackle. Stress this. If you're going to major, and I highly recommend, look at Oklahoma the last couple of years. They have majored in this, okay, in the GT. And watch how the tackles are at a different level than the guards. They get a smidge bit deeper. And I think it gives them a better view of getting downhill on their wrap. And also you'll notice they're the ones that pretty much convinced me watching them that you're going to block it just like power. Now let me give you my rationale for that. Okay, that way, all right, you got 2 O-line coaches. And if you don't, if you just got a community guy that comes out there and helps you at a small school, you at a rec league team or a junior high team, you got your O-line coach. He can take the play side tackle, play side guard, and the center. Okay, and work on their down blocks. Work on the double team. Okay, work the front side. And while he's doing that, he's working the power and the counter at the same time. Okay? Meanwhile, you can have your community guy, your volunteer, that you coach him up right before you go on the field how to teach the wrap. And he teaches the backside guard and backside tackle to do nothing but wrap. And so now you're getting the tackle coached up on his wrap on the GT counter, and you're getting your guard coached up on his wrap on the power. You see? You do the same thing, or you can have them work on their kick out. Or you can flip it the next day. One of the coaches works on the front side, and the other coach works on the back side. And so what you're doing here is you're maximizing your reps. Okay? When they're repping up, when the play side is repping power, they're repping counter. It's not a different play. You're not telling them just block gap down backer on counter. And that's what we do a lot of times. We get all caught up in the pullers and not realizing how important the front side of the counter is. But why not just block it exactly the same? If you're going to spend so much time teaching the power, Why just use it on one play when you can use the front side blocking identical? So you're going to get that same double team. He's going to step with that inside foot. He's going to step with his outside foot. The guard is. They're going to come together as one. I'll link the hip to hip down in the comments. And they're going to drive him. They're not worried about a linebacker. They're going to drive him. The guard's going to have his eyes inside in the A gap, not looking for the will backer, looking for the wrapper. Okay, looking for the wrapper. You understand? Okay, now, if that tackle's a boar dog, comes down in here, then, of course, the tackle's not stupid. Solid can't go through a solid. Remember the physics lesson. He'll go out here in the B gap. See where I got the dotted line right here, and turn right there. Okay? It's a piece of cake. It's a piece of cake. Okay? And if the guy does go outside, the guard's got his eyes in the A gap. He sees that wheel coming, he can come off. All right, but that's my coaching point right there of something I just picked up just by observation and film study. That, to me, it keeps the puller, the wrapper, from running into the play side guard coming off. Don't come off. Don't come off until everything's clear. What's the worst case scenario? You're getting a heck of a double team block, driving that 3-tech back into that linebacker's lap. And I don't care if he's Ray Lewis. You're not a great linebacker if you got D linemen in your lap. End of discussion. I don't care who you are. Go back and look at it. That's why Ray Lewis was such a great linebacker. He didn't have D linemen in his lap. He had a heck of a D line most of the entire time of his career at Baltimore, and they kept blocks off of him and blockers. Drive him back into their lap. Okay? Drive him back into the linebacker's lap. Okay? I like my odds when we're doing that. All right, now I got the RPO on this one. What are you doing? We can't block the end. Okay, there's not enough people. So the quarterback's going to read him. He's not, say, I thought you said it was an RPO. It will be. In just a minute. Kind of an RPO. All right, if that end squeezes, whoops, my bad, y'all. If that end squeezes, right here, disconnect, replacing. Now your eyes, quarterback, go to that backer. If that backer comes here, you flip that joker out. Now, this takes practice. It's fun. The kids love doing it, though. The kids love practicing this. All right, you flip it out here, and you got a football play because you got 2-on-1 out there as it is. Okay, so you read right here. If the end squeezes, if the end comes up field, sits, anything besides coming down here, you give it. Okay? Because rule is, can he tackle the running back? What you tell the quarterback. If he can, pull it. Because if he can tackle the running back, he can't tackle you. Okay, then your eyes go to the backer and you read the backer. All right? All right, let's get everybody that's not in the box out of the picture. There it is. Okay, let's go through the rules. We're running counter right out of pistol. Again, you do it the way you want to do it. Coaches, out of pistol. Play side tackle. In this case, the right tackle. Your rule is gap on down. Well, technically this guy's on you. But, your rule is gap. Is there somebody in the gap? Yeah. Okay. Or he's really down. Because I drew this up against, you're going to sometimes they'll balance you up. If you balance them up, like 2x2, some guys, defensive coordinators, will balance you up. And they'll go twos. But remember what I told you. This guy doesn't count on the tackle unless he's heavy on him. If he's just feathered on his shoulder out here in a 5, don't worry about him. Because you know if you got gap on down tackle, you got a puller coming. Okay, you got a kicker coming. So step with that left foot, okay? Become one with this right guard, step with that right foot, and drive that man right there as far back as you can drive him. It's a double team. You're not even thinking about coming off. Eyes inside, guard in the A gap. Okay? When you see something come in the A gap, and that's your man coming through, wrapping to Mike, then come off the wheel. Okay? If he doesn't come through, just stay there and keep driving until you see that wheel scraping right there. You're going to see that movement. You're going to see that movement. And the coaches, you got to rep it. You got to rep it. Okay? You need to have 2 O-line coaches. Okay? So, well, I'm at a small school or I'm a small program. There are people in this world that love football enough, they'll come out there and help you. Okay? And you teach them up. And all you got to do is teach them whatever you're doing that day. Talk to them the night before. We live in the modern age, guys and gals. It's technology. Okay? Email them what they're doing. Talk to them. Zoom with them. Pre-meet with them. Okay? Have a pre-practice meeting. Let them know today we're working on this. This is what I want you doing. Okay? And you divide these cats up. You got one side working on the front side of the counter and the power. Same play right here. This is all the same play. This is, if I covered this up, it just showed you the right side, you couldn't tell me if it was power or not. If I did not show you the back side, you couldn't tell me. Okay? They are double first cousins to each other. All right, so you're going to get a double team right here. Center, block your happy butt back anytime you get back left, back right. In this case, it's back left. You want to drive that guy, and you can go just as flat as you need to go and drive him. You ain't got to drive. We don't need to drive him here. Ball's going to end up going over here. Don't drive him this way. Okay? Just tell your guys, it's a drive block sideways. When he takes that left angle step right there, square your butt up to right here and drive him just like this. Away from the hole. Away from the point of attack. Okay? All right, backside, you're going to skip pull. That's what I teach. Get downhill, cross that line. You see this line right here? I always do it on a line in drills. Cross that line, kick first man you come to. The rule is kick the end. If something else comes up, say an end flies out, that mic flies down, you're going to kick the mic. That mic's blitzing, kick the mic. You're going to kick first ugly color you see. Backside tackle, skip pull, get depth, get on a different plane, a different level than the guard so they can't get a BOGO, buy one, get one, and then wrap to the first gap you see. If they're doubling the piss at this cat right here, driving him back, you'll wrap right into that A gap and go get Mike. If they've knocked him down into the A gap right here, you'll wrap. See where I got the checkered line right here? You'll wrap to B gap. And you're close enough to scrape paint. Close enough to scrape paint off the booty of these men right here. Okay, scraping paint. You want that elbow brushing up against him. In this case, your left elbow, because we don't want that mic getting through. Aiming point inside number of the linebacker. That's a cardinal rule. Anytime you're wrapping, if you're running an old school lead, coaches, out of the eye. Teach your lead block. Attack inside number of the backer. Inside number. Wrap to inside number. Okay? All right, now front side's easy, because pretty much the front side, if you're running the counter to the side where the nose is in the A gap, the lineman's in the A gap, the one tech, the 2-eye, the zero shade, whatever it is you call him. He's an A-gap defender. If we're running the counter over here, everybody's gap down backer. You're just blocking down. Everybody, just blocking down. But if you're running it to the 3 side, that's why I'm showing it to you again. This is where you block it like power. Block the counter like power. So you're not having to rep 2 different things. You'll thank me. It's much easier to teach the tackle to wrap to A or B than it is to teach an entirely different scheme. We all talk about and brag about, the power and counter is the same thing, but it's not. Unless you're not blocking A-gap power, that's okay too. If you're blocking power, everybody blocking gap down backer, then you are blocking it the same. But if you're running A-gap power, run A-gap counter too. That's all I'm saying, which is what I'm preaching right here to you. Okay? So you're going to get that down step with that right foot, not pointed toward at an angle, pointed straight ahead, become one, hip to hip drill. Look in the comments below. Guard's going to step with that left foot. So you got right foot, left foot coming together. Go to hip drill. I'm linking it in the comments below. And drive that 3 tech back into the Mike's lap. Let's see how good Mike is at playing, literally with 3 linemen up in his grill. Okay. Center, block back, piece of cake. Okay. Backside, right guard, skip pull, get downhill, cross that line that you do in the drill. I'm going to link that up in the bottom as well. Kick first ugly color you see, should be the DN. Backside tackle, right tackle, skip pull, get depth, deeper than the guard so they can't take both of you out. They come in there and do that bowling ball technique and do that illegal chop block on your guard. You still got you out there. You've taken the end out. He took himself out. And now you'll go around that and lead up on the outside. Okay, outside of the train wreck that the DN just caused. Depth, depth, depth. Okay, let's say it works just like we're supposed to. You get your double here, you get your back here, skip pull, boom, get your kick here. You're wrapping right here. It's a square wrap so you can see here and you can see here. That A gap opens up, get in it. Okay, because Mike is going to fill that A gap because he's taught cloudy clear. If he doesn't fill it and he comes out here, good. You go get the safety. Okay, attack is inside number right here. Okay, as he comes through, guard, your eyes are in the A gap. As he comes through, then you come off the wheel. Okay, if he doesn't come through because the 3-tech's pretty good and he's caused a little bit of a pile right here in the A gap, okay, then the back is going to bounce it. See the dotted line right here? And then the tackle's not going to try to run through the backs of his guard and his tackle. And because he's looking at it and he hadn't turned sideways, he'll bounce out here. See the dashed line right here and go right here. Okay? It's just that simple. It really is. All right? So there you go. Block the counter just like A-gap power. It's not a problem. You're repping one, you're repping the other. The only one that's really doing different, the guard's easy. He's just going to kick. The only one that's really doing different is the tackle on the backside. Okay, don't forget our friends at Wright Equipment in Birmingham. Let them design your next weight room. Okay, or when you redo your weight room, or if you need more weights, call Wright Equipment. It's Wright-Equipment.com on the interwebs. All right, don't forget, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Okay? Go down there and click share. Send it to them as an email. Share it on the Book of Faces, on Twitter, on Insta. That's what the kids call it, Insta. Okay? On whatever it is. Share it and don't forget to press like. Press like. Hit that bell and you'll see when I'm doing some new stuff too. Hey guys and gals. Until next time, let's be elite.